So what if you don't have a webcam or physical cards on you and you still want to play EDH with people on Spelltable? Well, there's a way that you can do that with OBS and using whatever kind of virtual playtest thing like Moxfield. I think Architect has one, Cockatrice. All of these, I think you could use OBS to be able to display what's on your screen onto Spelltable. So let's get into it. So we'll try to go over this with me recording it from the phone. So I have two monitors here, which will help with having your Moxfield up and your Spelltable up. So first thing we're going to do is we're going to go into the search bar and we'll type in OBS. We're going to look for the OBS software and download it. obsstudioproject.com. Install whatever version works for your computer. And then I've already got it installed here and up right here. So once you open it, you'll probably just see a black screen like that. So what we need to do is now include some sources on there. So we'll go ahead and click the plus. And I think the easiest way is to do a display capture, which will just capture whatever is displaying on your monitor on whichever monitor you choose. So I'll do Moxfield for this display. And we'll do it on this monitor here. So now it's capturing whatever is showing up on this screen here. Now that we've got that going on, I'll bring my Moxfield up on this screen. Now you can see Moxfield's behind the OBS and it's displaying that. We'll move this over to this other screen. And now you can see that Moxfield is showing up there. So now that once we're on Moxfield, we'll go to a deck, whatever deck you want to play, and we'll do playtest, and that'll bring up the whole playtest board. So now you can just play on your board right here. But whatever is displaying on the screen is what your opponents are going to see on their screen, which means they're going to see all the information in your hand, and if you look at your library, they're going to be able to see all that. So we want to make sure we can cover up all that. So there's a couple ways we can do this. We can just drag and extend this out and cover it up that way. That works, but there's still a lot of space here of playtests of a playing field. It's probably not that big of a deal, but I like to have as much space on my field as I can. Another way that you can do this is go over here to your source and right click on it, and we'll go all the way up to transform and edit transform, or Control E. And then this can let us adjust this display and cut off or crop whatever part that we don't want displayed. So I could go 300 pixels to the right and it'll cut that many pixels, as you can see there. So now it's just displaying black right there. And then I can go ahead and close that out. So you can do whatever adjustments that you want. You can crop off the top if you want, or you can just crop the bottom and then just extend out to fit the screen. Another method that you can do, I've already done the crop, I unextended it. You can come over here down to the plus button and then go to color source. You can name it whatever you want, doesn't really matter. You can choose its color, doesn't really matter. And then we have this giant block of color just blocking the screen. We can adjust it if we go to properties, or when we first bring it up, you can also adjust it then too. And we can change some of these variables here. So I'll go like 1500 for the width, or for the, width. And we'll do like 300 for the height. So now when I click OK, you can see on the screen, there's this big box that I can move around. So I'll just move that over here to just cover up this part of the screen, whatever I don't want to show. And you can employ any multiple variety of these methods in conjunction with each other to customize how you want it, whatever way you like it. Now we'll go to Spelltable, and right now I have it so that there's this barcode coming up. This is for cameras, if you want to use a phone camera as your webcam. we'll go to the sidebar, go to the gears, configure input, and we'll check off use mobile device as webcam. And then we'll make sure that the camera source says OBS virtual camera. So when we close out, there will be this blue screen right here. So now what we'll do is go back to OBS, and then we'll start the virtual camera, which will then start displaying whatever's on OBS on this screen right here. So now you can see my Moxfield board state. I can go ahead and play things on here and it'll show up over here. So that's basically how you can use Moxfield to either play test cards or build decks or play Commander on Spelltable. And you can use, untap IN. You just have to probably resize this a little bit differently, or cockatrice. Whatever that you can do to virtually play Magic, you should be able to use this method to be able to play on Spelltable as well. And that's basically it. So a few things to note. Obviously, if you're showing your computer screen, you want to make sure that you're not sharing any sensitive information on there. So make sure that's all hidden or closed out of, or you can turn off the virtual camera to stop sharing your screen so that you can type in passwords or something if you need to. Just keep that in mind. You don't want to dox yourself on accident. Another thing is I wouldn't recommend Magic the Gathering Arena or MTGO to display on Spelltable, just because there's like timer clocks. I don't know if MTGO has a playtest feature, but Magic Arena, there's timer clocks, and you just can't really target things. You need targets when you cast things, so you can't cast some spells that way. But that's basically it. So hopefully this helps somebody out there, and go out there and play some more games.